Under President Xi Jinping, China has ambitions to become a global leader in science and technology and is making significant investments in that effort. A decade ago, China launched the Thousand Talents program to attract world-class scientists to the nation, aiming to win Nobel Prizes. David Siranowski, a Shanghai-based correspondent with Nature, said China is very keen on quantum computing, gene editing, and the future of artificial intelligence. He added, they want to be comprehensive, from basic to applied. There is great pressure on Chinese scientists to publish their work in prestigious English-language journals. This has created new opportunities for China's thriving black market. In certain instances, businesses that provide conventional editing and translation services to scientists have turned into a major source of fraud. China's paper mills. As reported by the Financial Times, Chinese scientists have been among the most prolific publishers of scientific articles worldwide in recent years. According to the Institute for Scientific Information, a U.S.-based research analysis organization, China produced 3.7 million papers in 2021, accounting for 23% of the world's total output. This figure is just behind 4.4 million papers from the U.S. Furthermore, China has been climbing the ranks of the number of times a paper is cited by other authors, a metric used to judge output quality. According to Japan's National Institute of Science and Technology Policy, China surpassed the U.S. for the first time in the number of most cited papers last year. However, that figure was flattered by multiple references to Chinese research that first sequenced the COVID-19 virus genome. The soaring output has triggered concern in Western nations. Chinese advances in high-profile sectors such as quantum technology, genomics, and space science, as well as Beijing's surprise hypersonic missile test 2 years ago, have amplified the view that China is marching towards its goal of achieving global hegemony in science and technology. That concern is part of a wider breakdown of trust in some quarters between Western institutions and Chinese ones, with some universities introducing background checks on Chinese academics amid fears of intellectual property theft. However, experts say China's impressive output masks systemic inefficiencies and an underbelly of low-quality and fraudulent research. Academics complain about the crushing pressure to publish to gain prized positions at research universities. A physics lecturer from a prominent Beijing university said, "To survive in Chinese academia, we have many KPIs, key performance indicators, to hit, so when we publish, we focus on quantity over quality." He added, when prospective employers look at our CVs, it is much easier for them to judge the quantity of our output over the quality of the research. In 2020, a Twitter user named Tiger posted a picture showing the impressive statistics in a Chinese study with the caption, "Absolutely a masterpiece of art." The picture shows the examination of the development of liver fibrosis into cancer. At first glance, it looks like a normal image of cell formations, but upon closer look, it is obvious that each cell in the image is identical and has been digitally duplicated, copied, and pasted in. This picture came from a Chinese paper that was published in an international peer-reviewed journal. Tiger explained, if you are published in a high-impact journal, you could literally get an apartment as a reward, or a car. Tiger is a biomedical research scientist from China who now lives in the U.S. and spends much of their time anonymously tracking fake papers. According to a report highlighted by MIT Technology Review, Chinese universities rewarded authors with an average of $44,000 in 2016 for research published in the prominent scientific journals Science and Nature. Meanwhile, a sliding scale of financial incentives is applied to work featured in smaller publications. Tiger said, all the way down, they all have similar reward systems. He added, that is a really bad mechanism to really foster a lot of fraud. In 2020, Cheng Yizhang, a master's student at a prestigious medical school in China, published his first article in a Chinese scientific journal. Then, the calls and WeChat messages started. Suddenly, he was inundated with sales pitches from services offering to produce academic papers under his name on any topic he wanted. The messages promised that, for a price of $9,000 or 62,000 yuan, the articles could be written and published in low-ranking international medical journals. The callers he spoke to claimed to be employed by peer-reviewed publications, including the Chinese Journal of Hospital Pharmacy and the Chinese Journal of General Medicine. However, Zhang believes the sales staff were part of a bigger and murkier system. They are paper mills, he said in an email, referring to a growing industry dedicated to producing and selling junk science. China's sprawling fake science industry has adversely impacted not only scientific ties internationally but also individuals who are diligent in research. It is because an atmosphere of distrust and China's reputation for fraudulent research makes it more difficult for them to gain international recognition. David Bimler, a psychologist formerly at Massey University in New Zealand, said, "The worst impact is on sincere Chinese researchers." Bimler continued, "There is enough junk coming from China that researchers privately admit that they don't read papers if they're from a Chinese source. Scientists don't have time to determine what is junk and what isn't." Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from Understand China, and thank you for tuning in.